Oh no, this is bad. The entire star constellation of Gemini has vanished. Hey there. At this very moment on the 3rd of July 2020, no one, absolutely no one on the entire Earth can see the Gemini constellation. Not even us in the Southern Hemisphere. Don't believe me? Try and find it yourself. Here's a bit of a clue as to where Gemini is. I know that some of you watching know exactly where Gemini is and why we can't see it. In a time lapse I did a couple of weeks ago, we can see the hands and feet of the Gemini constellation closely trailing the sun as it sets. And then in a time lapse I did tonight, the 3rd of July, just after sunset, the constellation Gemini isn't visible at all. In fact, there's a whole new set of stars. Now, the flat earthers will ask, why don't we see new constellations every few months? Well, we do. In fact, roughly each month, a whole constellation will disappear behind the sun. Thanks to Earth's orbit around the sun, every month one of the constellations which reside on the ecliptic will go behind the sun from Earth's perspective. These constellations are also known as the signs of the zodiac, which interestingly gives us a little bonus debunk against the flat Earth argument of the stars never changing. Astrology, and mainly the positions of the sun in these constellations, was first documented over 2,000 years ago by the first astronomers, and from this astrology was born. And then people could find out what star sign they were depending on which constellation the sun was in during their birth. And then using the positions of the planets, they could figure out if it was going to be an exciting time in their lives or even the prospect of meeting new people. I kind of like astrology. It reminds me of alchemy. Neither are based in scientific fact, but both were the forerunners of the modern sciences of chemistry and astronomy. So for that, they do deserve a certain level of respect. I mean, astrologists and alchemists did practice careful observation and documentation of the world around them. They just let emotion and fantasy govern their findings. Anyway, my original point is, these first observations of birth signs were made over 2,000 years ago, but because of something called precession, the positions of the star constellations relative to Earth have changed enough over the last 2,000 years that the positions of the star signs have changed, completely debunking the flat Earth claim that the stars in the sky never change. Also because of precession, the North Star Polaris will eventually not be the North Star, but instead in about 10,000 years, Vega will be the new North Star. Using the star application Redshift on my iPad, I can use the motion control which overlays the star chart onto the camera's view, and then Redshift uses the iPad's compass and accelerometer to basically point at what's in the sky. Here we can see the sun has just set, and there's the constellation of Gemini. And then we can see the two head stars of Gemini, which are Castor and Pollux. And for those flat ones who think this is all just BS, here's the app pointed at the sun. The sun icon is right on the actual sun. There's the Gemini constellation behind the sun. All the coloured lines there are the paths of the planets and the moon on the ecliptic. And if we pan down to the horizon, we can see the horizon line, which holds fairly close to the actual horizon. It's not perfect, but it works. And then if we pan down further to below the horizon, let's see if we can find a special northern star. Okay, where is it? Just here somewhere. Whoops, that's not it. There it is. Polaris, the North Star, about 32 degrees below my horizon, which, funnily enough, is also my latitude, 32 degrees south. There's countless ways to debunk the flat Earth and prove the Earth is a globe. The whole flat Earth thing is just beyond ridiculous. I still don't get it. I seriously do not understand why people think the Earth is flat, when there's so much evidence that the Earth is a globe, and all the flat Earth arguments are just uninformed questions. I mean, astrology makes more sense than the flat Earth. But I'll keep making these videos because the Earth, space, photography, technology, It's what I know, and I really enjoy it. Okay, I need to give a huge thank you to two groups of people. The first is my patrons, John Stock, Walter Bislin, and J-Mac. I really appreciate that support, gentlemen. Thank you. It helped me get the camera a little bit earlier. I can't thank you three enough. The next group is everyone else. All of you that watch and like these videos, and those that leave comments. I read every single word and I really appreciate them. The one thing I wasn't expecting starting this channel was how much I'd learn from the comments you all leave. Either you pointing out something I've missed or got wrong, to how some of you elaborate on points I've made, to providing the scientific backup to my observations and videos. I also don't really breathe a sigh of relief until some of you regulars have commented. So thank you all. Alright, thanks heaps for watching. Please stay safe out there and see ya.